Hi, Justisha here from Maha Yoga, and today we're looking at shoulder alignment in the really common transitions, plank to low plank to up dog or cobra and back to downward dog. Remember that the shoulders have to stay integrated into the back plane of the body. An easy way to learn this is non-weight bearing. We call it air guitar style. So here you are in plank pose. The arms are perpendicular to the spine. The heads of the shoulders plug back with the strength of the upper back. And then as you move to chaturanga, bend the elbows, they go by the side, and the shoulders are still back. Note that if you squeeze the elbows in excessively, it's gonna round the head of the shoulders forward, which can put the shoulders at risk over the long term, especially in the next transition to up dog or cobra. So instead of having to roll the shoulders up and back to move into your back bend, we wanna keep the shoulder heads back the whole time. So learning in air guitar style looks like this: high plank pose. Elbows bend, the shoulders stay back, and the elbows are shoulder width, not as narrow as the natural waist. They're shoulder width. Then you go to cobra or upward facing dog. The shoulders are still back, and then you move back to downward facing dog. So it'll look like this from the side view in the transitions. Here we are, plank pose. Then as you bend the elbows for chaturanga, the shoulders stay lifted. I'm squeezing the elbows in, but only to the extent that I can keep the shoulders lifted. And then moving into upward facing dog, the shoulders are back the whole time. And then it takes it on back to downward facing dog. The shoulders are still in the back plane of the body. So I'm not pushing my chest towards my legs with everything I have. I'm keeping the armpits and shoulders lifted and extending the spine from that integrated place. When rehabbing a shoulder injury as I did and learning to weight bear and move through these transitions safely again, it's a great idea to substitute cobra pose for upward facing dog. Difference in cobra is that the thighs and pelvis come to the mat and they can give support in what I think is the most dangerous part of that transition, from chaturanga dandasana, low plank, to the back bend of cobra upward facing dog. So if you're reworking it, you would do it like this. From plank pose, for more support, you could even take the knees to the mat, bend the elbows, and you hover in low plank. And then before you move into your back bend, pelvis to the mat, see how the shoulders stay lifted? Then you're able to move into your back bend. Then from that plugged in place, take it right on back to downward facing dog. With the knees up, it's plank pose and chaturanga. Pelvis down, cobra, and then back to downward facing dog. That's a great way to relearn the transition from the perspective of healthy shoulder integration. I hope it helps.